One exercise that I had to adapt to and just try to learn how to do effectively is the pas de bourrée combination. I'm still struggling with it actually. And it's already one thing to be doing some of the standing exercises or warm-ups or anything, and to be having to focus on all the body and engaging the core and engaging everything. But it's another thing when you're going across the floor and trying to still engage everything and just to do everything right at that still. So it's not only I have to think of engaging my core, engaging the body, but I have to think of how to do things right. It's a lot for me, and it's a lot, and I don't know why sometimes I just get mixed up like that, and because things seem so simple. Just close in front, that's my problem. I tend to close in the back instead of the front. But I struggle with that, and my only really option to perfect that or just to get better at it is just by practicing. That's the best way for me to overcome these challenges in class. It's just a lot of practice and a lot of adjusting and asking questions. That's typically how I get over these challenges, is by asking questions and reassuring myself to do these things that the Professor Camille is telling me to do. So when she told me on Thursday, she said you're gonna have to learn how to ground yourself. It is hard to do the rhetoric, passe, I forget, but it's hard to do it, and it's not easy. Like I'm saying the same thing over, but it's just something that you have to learn to do and train your body to do, basically. So the only way I can pivot and do better at a thing is by practice. Just learning how to take the notes that the teacher gives and applying it to my own body. So it really made me think about the things that I have to work on outside of class. It made me think about, constantly it makes me think about, like, darn, I just messed up again. Darn, like, how am I getting this wrong? Darn, like it just doesn't make sense, but it is what it is, because that's just the way my brain works. Because I'm constantly trying to think, but sometimes it's just so hard to multitask. So it just tells me that I have to adapt to the circumstance and just practice outside of class. A specific moment for me in my dance training where I had to make a decision on how to get better is just trying to think. I constantly do plan on listening to everything being said, taking note of it, not even taking note, applying everything that's being said to me and the changes I need to make. But there's often time it's too much. Like, it's just hard to manage all of these things. So I think that's still something I have to train myself to do, is to apply everything at one time. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot to focus on, and it's just like so many tabs open in the brain. And it's like if I'm trying to manage this, then I can't manage that. So I'm still trying to manage in that way. But when I notice that I'm struggling with movement, I always practice after class. And I know this seems really pretty redundant, but that's honestly the way I handle challenges, is by practicing stuff after class, putting in that time and effort and working really hard to get it, because otherwise I just don't get it. I don't get it that easy. I don't. My brain doesn't work that way. It takes my body to learn how to do the movement. So I have to train myself and make the decision to master the movement. If I am tired, then that means I do need to rest, because sometimes I do know that if you practice too much, then it can cause it causes your body to, I don't know, but it just doesn't work. You have to rest and give your body a break, your mind a break, because you can push yourself. I can push myself over the edge if I keep trying something and I'm not getting it. That just means I need to sit down and reflect and be like, okay, what do I need to do differently to make this happen for myself? So to improve, to pivot, I always ask questions, I always practice, I always rest, I always do all the things. Modifying my approach, I do that as well. Yes, I have to do it all. So it's important to know when to pivot because if you don't pivot, then I'm going to be stagnant. If I don't pivot, I'm going to be stagnant and not learn. I'm not going to get better. So the whole reason why I have to ask questions and practice after class for hours and just watch other people do it, this is modern. This is for ballet. But for example, in modern class, we had to watch the thing. So we had to watch a video on modern class. So that really actually helped me visualize it on someone else. Even though we see it on Professor Camille, it also helps to see it in other forms and to self-reflect on that. So that's why it's important, is because without reflection and without practicing, without pivoting, I'm not going to get better. So this reflection, it helps me understand more about why we pivot and the importance of it, like to actually think about it, because you have to continue to do better. You have to continue to think about the things that we need to improve on in class. So that's how I've had a better understanding of adaptability. And I will continue to do the things that I've been doing and try to do them better in future classes, because I'm all for getting better, and I very much want to train myself to be a better dancer. And so learning how to manage my brain a little better. And just maybe also trying to say to myself, I feel like saying things out loud to myself, but quietly, to not disrupt the class, will help me get the movement down a little better. I have to literally force myself to put that foot in front. For example, the pas de bourrée combination. I literally have to say, or actually for the glissade, we had to literally practice over and over saying it out loud to put that foot in front when it was time to put the foot in front. So it's just a matter of repetition, saying things out loud, constantly thinking of everything you need to do, and just training. So I'm very open to all the things that's gonna make me a better dancer.